Don't tell the professor that I'm in here doing this with such reckless abandon. Those are eyeballs. That'll be next week when you're doing your special senses lab. This week you're learning your peripheral nervous system, so we're gonna look at cranial nerves. Okay, so we were supposed to look at these the other day. The sheep brain really only has two very distinct cranial nerves that you should see on every sheep brain, and that's the olfactory nerves and the optic nerve. So here, first I'll show you what we're looking at here on the human brain, because actually the difference in the sheep brain is quite distinct. So this is the olfactory bulb here, which, if you recall from your lecture, is where we have all our olfactory epithelial cells making contact with our mitral cells, and these things called glomeruli. Yeah, olfactory tract goes back. So we'll be able to see that in the sheep brain. And then here, the optic nerves lead into this spot here called the optic chiasm, and then back from there are the optic tracts. That's all we're going to see on the sheep brain, so let's look at that real quick, and then we'll come back to the rest of this. So what I'd like to point out about the sheep brain is that it's still covered in meninges. Oh, and it's nice and cold from the lab refrigerator, we'll say. Oh yeah, it's delectable. Dang it all. Where's the scalpel? I don't have my tools out here. Alright. Sometimes you just have to like find your inner strength and tear you some meninges. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Okay, so if you look in here, I just obliterated this really thick olfactory bulb right there. Let's see if we can see this one on the other side. Yeah, it's right there. Look how big that olfactory bulb is compared to what we just looked at on the human brain model. Why might that be? If this is where the sense of smell is coming in, why might it be larger on a sheep? Maybe because sheep are sniffing each other's butts for communication? Oh yeah, so if you've got to sniff genitalia and stuff for communication, and that's a primary means of communication, then your olfactory bulbs are huge. So the sense of smell is a lot more important to you than it is to us. Okay, so right here we can see the optic nerves, still covered in meninges I'm not going to pull off, but those are the optic nerves leading into the optic chiasm, and then the optic chiasm leads back into the optic tracts. What happens at the optic chiasm is that the medial information from each eye crosses over. But I'll let your professor tell you about that. That's what she gets paid the big bucks for. Alright, so that is the sheep brain aspect of cranial nerves. Lunch bag. Oh. So if you ever have to hide like animal parts in your refrigerator, I would just recommend that you do it in the very bottom shelf. And even though this bag is broken, we're just gonna hope that my roommates never notice. just open her refrigerator with her gloved sheep brain hand? She sure did. But her roommates don't watch her videos. Okay. Cranial nerves. All right. Cranial nerve number 1. Olfactory nerve, sensory for the sense of olfaction. Cranial nerve number 2, optic nerve, sensory nerve for the sense of vision. Cranial nerve number 3 is not imaged on this model. Oculomotor, sitting down here, sticking up, much like abducens is sticking up right there. So oculomotor should be back there. It's motor for the eye. Trochlear, motor for the eye. It's easier to kind of see the trochlear stretching across there, which is what you'd be tested on because it doesn't have the Roman numeral there. Okay, all right, next we have trigeminal. Next we have nothing exciting, abducens. Then we have facial, and then we have, did you see all that? Okay, so can't see 3. Here's number 4. Here's number 5, trigeminal. Number 6, abducens. Number 7, facial. Number 8, vestibulocochlear. Number 9, glossopharyngeal. Number 10, vagus. Number 11, spinal accessory. No. Oh yeah, and then hypoglossal. So, yeah. Those are your cranial nerves. Did I get them all? I feel like I didn't get them all, so let's just have a quick refresher. Olfactory, optic, oculomotor, trochlear, trigeminal, abducens, facial, vestibulocochlear, glossopharyngeal, vagus, spinal accessory, hypoglossal. We got them all. That's your Cranial Nerves Lab. See you next time.